This is one of my favorite, best kept secrets. It's the Cape May National Wildlife Refuge, and it's not in Cape May. Technically speaking, it's not even in Wildwood Crest or Diamond Beach. It's in Lower Township, and this place is absolutely amazing. You may actually drive down here in Ocean Drive and go by here and might remember that this used to be at one point a military facility, and you probably never turn into it because in your head you still think it is, but it's not, and it hasn't been for quite some time. Instead, it's kind of like, I don't know what you call it. I say it's heaven on the islands, but really it is probably the best kept secret if you want to get some tranquil kind of relaxation and check out some beautiful nature. So I figured today, let's go ahead and head inside. It's not a beach day, so it's a perfect day to do something like this. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe, you turn on notifications, and you give this video a thumbs up. A special thank you out to my patrons on patreon.com. It's because of them we can make fun videos like this. If you want to support the channel and have your name at the end of the video, all you have to do is click the links in the description below. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. As we make our way down the main road, walking to the visitor center and the trails, I wanted to go over a few different things because there's a really cool history here. First, people don't realize, but the wildlife preserve, it's been here for 30 years. And so for the past 30 years, they allowed all this land to return back to what it used to be like. And you can kind of see that behind us. Imagine, this is what the wildwoods used to be like, because remember, this is located at the very southern tip of the island. And yeah, I know not many people come down this way, and that's why it's still kind of a little secret. Before this became a refuge, it was a military base. And on here, which I'm going to do a deep dive into this because I've been doing a lot of research on it, it was a Lawrence station where they used to test equipment for ships and other things. And this was off limits for a very, very long time. And there's still, if you kind of look around, parts of the military base that are still there, and then I go, well, what was this for? Clearly it was for something like these metal boxes or these concrete boxes in the middle of the woods. I'm referring to things like this, where clearly you could see it was used for something, and if you look deeper, you could see concrete pillars inside of here, clearly trying to protect whatever that was, plus boxes like this. More looks like a parking spot that used to be here. You can tell the road used to be a little bit wider. Heading down this way, you can see more curbs. And it's like this everywhere in here. There's an old fence over here to go what looked to be an old trail. Used to be able to drive down here. But I'm going to save all of this stuff for my history video, hopefully sometime in the winter. Back to exactly why we're here. For 30 years, the management here has been making a haven for birds that are migrating. And here, because it's returned to nature and the natural way that this used to be, birds make stops here. There's a little lake on the other side, which I'll show you in one of the paths. The main beach here, which you've ever been on a boat and look down, you can tell there's a beach there, 2 Mile Beach. That is closed off from April 1st, and I want to say until September 1st, or even later than that, because this is a migration area, and shorebirds, they feed, they hang out, and this is like a big stopping point for them. And so here, while all that's going on, they wanted to add in a lot of things for us visitors to come and take a look at. Different biking trails, walking trails, and to be honest with you, if you ever need a time to recenter yourself and just see nature and the beauty of things, this is where you gotta come, because they've got trails like this that weave in and out of the reeds and all the nature, and you can watch the birds and see dragonflies, and it's just so beautiful. So let me go ahead and share with you one of these trails right behind me. Before you even head on the trail, they've got different placards talking about what you could see back here. And this trail, there's several different ones you can go into, and this sign shows you what you can and can't do. No swimming, no surfing. I think that's more for the water, but this is towards the bay. So let's go ahead, grab a map for the guided tour. and head down the trail. In this map, it's a pretty cool history going on that they actually label out for us. We had parked right here, and we're gonna go on the Marsh Trail, which is gonna take us out to a little gazebo. But there's other trails. You can see the Dune Trail, north. You can go down to the visitor center. You can head towards the beach, which you cannot go on the beach, oh, so it's September 30th. And then you have a Dune Trail south, which you could stop here and look. Now, after the 30th, you can walk 2 miles, but that's about it for this time. And as you can see, we are on our way. And I want to take my microphone off so you can hear everything. It's just a little windy, so I apologize if the wind gets too bad, but it just honestly sounds just so beautiful. So here we go, taking the microphone. Back to the bay. It's like a bay slash lake. And look how beautiful. I honestly can't explain to you how beautiful this place is. It's a great place to come bird watching, bring your sandwich. Maybe you need some noise. Actually, a crane flying by right now. I don't know if you probably can't see it from this angle. But you can bring your binoculars out here, enjoy the views, and just recenter yourself. And even on a day like today, it's so calm and so beautiful. You come over here and it's like everything in the world doesn't matter. Just relax, recenter, and just enjoy Mother Nature. We're gonna make our way towards the visitor center and leave this area. It's just such a beautiful day. And even though it's windy, it's really nice. I have to say, there's a lot of really cool, like, Instagrammable corners here. Like, look at this. Right? You can do like a wedding shoot back here. I don't know if they do that. I'm assuming they do. I would just give a donation afterwards. But the sounds, I love this. And the smells, if only you could smell it out here. It's so fresh. You could smell the flowers and the marsh. So these smell beautiful. Like I said before, this is what the Wildwoods used to be. And that's why you'll see a lot of the original trees here. And from time to time, you'll see the cactuses, which are native to our area, believe it or not. Those cactuses are called prickly pear cactus. And usually you'll see them spread out. I'm trying to find them for you. I don't see them right now. But they're found pretty much the entire coastline of New Jersey. And funny enough, I'm talking about it, I saw one back there and I didn't grab it. As you're walking around, you'll see things like this. You're probably saying to yourself, shouldn't they mow this? No. These are specifically put here because they're native, and they have signs here. First of all, it says no mow, and it tells you what kind of plant they are. And this entire section was planted in a certain way with those in it for our insects. You can see more signs. And they smell really pretty. Now we're going to make our way over to the visitor center, which is over here. But there's another trail straight ahead, which is the Dune Trail. I've actually never done that one before. So I'm going to save that for me and my wife next time we come. Usually when I come here, it's because my wife and I are biking. We'll bike from North Wildwood onto the boardwalk through Wildwood Crest on that little path right there at the beach before cutting over, and then there's an access point at the very end to come through here. And so we bike, we usually come over here, sit down for a few minutes, drink some water, and then bike back. But even like right now, it's beautiful just to kind of walk around. Now, there are still parts in here that belong to the US Coast Guard. You'll see this building behind me. That is a maintenance building. That's to cut the grass and maintain the entire facility, because this place is massive. I don't think you realize how big it is. This area makes up 518 acres. What's really interesting is this is the last example. If I turn around for you, this is the last example of the undeveloped marine forest and beach in New Jersey, because everything on the coast in New Jersey has been pretty much developed. And so this here is the last example of it. They have a parking lot here, a little area so that if you want to eat some food, you can sit down right here. And this is the visitors center. Here they have Connie's garden. You can see all the different stuff they planted. More wildflowers in the middle. Some signs, and then the center is actually closed for the day. But walking up to it, you see some really cool things, some projects they're working on here. They collect rainwater to use to water the flowers out front. You can see, this actually looks like blueberries. I think those are blueberries. And then that way is where the other trails are. Remember that the beach section is closed for the shorebirds, but you can get to a certain point and look out. So let's head that way. Back here, there are spots for your bikes. They usually park up here and walk down these paths. And then you've got two different kind of trails to go down. Got the Dune Trail, the Beach Trail. As I said before, you can only get to a certain point. So right now, let's head down this trail here towards the beach. And yes, drones are not allowed in New Jersey parks, any national park. So we're gonna make our way down this way and see what we can see. It's a little windy, so I'm not expecting to see many birds today. If we look north, you can kind of make out the top of the Grand. Oh, is that a snake? There's a snake right here. Look at that. Look at him move. Gonna continue down. And as a reminder, stay on the trail, because they're trying to preserve this, and that it's a great stopover for the birds, and we don't want to ruin it for the birds. Those birds are very important for us. You'll see we'll get to a certain point at the end where we can't go anymore. You see closed, don't go that way. You'll see more closed signs and cameras, so they will know if you go over there. They even have sensors. Sensor high. Beach closed. So when it is open, this will not be here and you can head out. Like I said before, you cannot. A lot more signs out here. It is just so beautiful over here. See some birds flying around. But for now, we're going to make our way back. What I find fascinating is this is technically called a forest, but it's a dune forest, right? Isn't that kind of cool? And like I said before, it's the last representation of what this is in New Jersey. So to be able to be out here is quite a treat. Now there is another trail. These are technically both dune trails, one here and one there. But here's the dealio. I want you to come here and experience this for yourself. Like I said before, this is one of my secret places, and I'm letting you in on the secret. And maybe we'll come back sometime in the fall, later on in the fall, to let you go on the beach and experience that. Oh, and look, it's the prickly pear cactus. They're not blooming right now because it usually blooms, I think, in the springtime. But you've seen them before, I know you have. All that being said, you guys need to make your way out to the Cape May Wildlife Refuge because this place is so beautiful, so serene, and you get to see examples of what New Jersey used to look like and what Wildwood used to look like before development took over. I want to thank you guys for joining me if you haven't done so yet. Please subscribe, turn on notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. I'm Joey, and as always, I'll see you on the beach, but we can't go to the beach over here, so technically, we have to go that way a little bit to Diamond Beach and then head out on the beach. I'll see you later. Bye.